Hey friends, ZenKahuna here. I'm going to give you a quick demo on how to use Plasti Dip. So let's say you have, as I did, a mace that had some steel balls on it, but one of them had come loose. Plus I wanted to see how this would look with the Plasti Dip. So what I did was I got several cans of the Plasti Dip, poured them into a bucket over here. And what you want to do, whether it's in the can or if you've made yourself a bucket, you've got to keep it mixed. So just slowly come into it and mix it up. If you don't do this, you're not going to get an even distribution of your Plasti Dip, and it won't stick as well. So after you've stirred, just wipe off your stick. Now a flat stick, of course, is easier. I didn't happen to have a flat stick, so I just used a branch. Alright, so next you're ready to dip. So the key with the dip is to go in slowly, about 5 seconds for each inch. So if you got it so you can see it sinking in. You can see it from the top here. It's disappearing. That's it. You can see that you've got to have some space above your Plasti Dip because it's going to expand some as you sink your whatever it is you're dipping into it. I give it a little twist and then I'm going to pull it out slowly. Okay. So now once you've pulled it out, in this case I'm going to stick it up because right now it's still liquid. It hasn't begun to solidify much. So I just want to check it out. Looks pretty evenly distributed. So the next thing I'm going to do is take it to my spot where I've got it ready to dry. I'm going to weight down the end of it here. Now, it's good and warm here. If it wasn't, I would hold that upright a little bit longer because as it's on its side, some of that's going to roll a little bit down. If it was too wet, it would begin to distort on that side. So you can just keep an eye on it for a couple of minutes, turn it maybe once, and then it'll just dry as is because it will have solidified enough. So what I'm going to do is go and get a couple of ropes, and then I'll be back and we'll take a look at dip and rope. Okay, I've got a couple of our ropes here. As you can see, I've already started this. Let me explain to you why you might do your rope. First of all, it gives you a little bit of a handle. Second of all, it gives a little bit of weight. So since we swirl these overhead, to the side, back and forth, we have all different sorts of ways that we swirl these, which is great for our joints and sinews. Well, if you have a little bit more weight at an end, then it's going to be a little bit better at really being able to get that whipping and spinning around and giving you a little bit of tug. So that's what we're going to do some more of right now. So what I found was that today when I was using this one, is I'd like this to be a little bit more length for the handle part. This is my whipping part, this is my handle part. So if we come back over again, it's going to be the same process where you just slowly begin to submerge this. Now I'm down a ways, but it's not quite deep enough to get it deeper, so, or higher up on my rope, I'm turning it at a little bit of an angle, slowly bringing it around, and then I'm going to slowly pull it back out. And again, I'm going to put it upright. Can you see how there's just that little bit of a tip sticking up? It's no big deal. But if you let this just hang straight down at first, it would lengthen that tip out. So I'm just going to hold it upright for a moment. Check on what I got covered. I'll probably dip this one another 2 times. I leave about a half an hour between each dip, so that the first layer can get dry enough. And there you have it. So I'll go ahead, just since you're here, one more time. This is a pretty boring video. There's not much to it. The key is stir and go slow. So one more time. Slowly submerging. And slowly emerging. And I just hold it up for a moment, let it get it settled. It begins to firm up pretty quickly. And it's ready now to just be hung over a fence where it's not going to touch anything. And in a half an hour, come back and we'll dip some more. So again, all you have to do is stir it and don't whip it up. In other words, don't try and make it like a blender. Just slowly stirring it up. Then slowly in, slowly out. While this is drying, make sure you cover your Plasti Dip, because otherwise it will start to firm up right away. So we're going to cover it up here as soon as we're done with this video. We'll take a look at how this looks a little while later. Hey friends, end result. After about 25 or 30 maybe dippings into the Plasti Dip, this is what we got. Now naturally, because it thickens and hardens and so on and so forth, when it's added a fair amount of weight, when we get home I'm going to weigh it, because I know what it was before. I'll weigh it and let you know how much that added to it. Also, there was a pommel here that was just pushed on. It would be sort of like a cane pommel, and I didn't like the feel of it too much. So we did this end as well, and as you can see, did a nice job. So, excellent stuff. Also, yeah, you know, if it hits against rock, because we train outside a lot, so rock or dirt or whatever, it's not going to be just hitting straight on metal. So that's one of the reasons why I did it. Plus, this ball had come loose all together and I didn't have any other tools. This has worked out just fabulously. Now here's the rope. So, as I mentioned before, made one end longer, because that's for the grip, and then this is just a little bit of weight to help, so that as we're whipping it around, it makes a little bit of a stronger pull. So, pretty obvious stuff, straightforward. You'll want to do several coats. If you get it, do a whole lot of coats. This was wrapped down here with tape, as this was, so you can see that it's smooth there. But if you don't do too many coats of the Plasti Dip, you're still going to have some textured grip here if you are whipping it around. So there's that. Now a couple of little additional hints about this. make sure you're doing this outside or someplace that's really well ventilated, because it does have a strong scent and you don't need to be inhaling this stuff. Second of all, I wear gloves when I'm dealing with it because you are going to get some on there every once in a while. Have a rag to hand to wipe anything off, just in case some drips. Generally that doesn't happen, but it can happen. Also, you want to remember, stir slowly, get all the way down into the bottom of it, along the sides, to keep it so it's all mixed together, so the formula is working together all together at one time. And other than that, just have fun with it and send me what you cover, because people do their tools, the handles of their tools, all sorts of different things. I'd like to see what you're doing with it, because I might want to do it too. So have fun with it. That's the main thing. And this one goes out especially to Emma.